Guys, today we're talking about Bitcoin in the immediate short term. Also, what needs to happen for Bitcoin to continue its parabolic rise to the upside? And is there something you need to pay attention to right now? Yes, of course there is. I'm going to show you this chart as well. So welcome back everybody. My name is Cristiano, bringing you cryptocurrency videos every day, teaching you how to make money in this market. If you are new to the channel, then make sure to subscribe and activate the bell right now. And with that said, guys, let's talk about Bitcoin, because yes, yesterday we did see a drop in Bitcoin. And in fact, we dropped through the orange box here. This is unusual. Usually the orange boxes do hold up the price, but the volume was too big in this particular candle, and we broke through the orange box. Now, since then, we're trying to make a new push here. We actually tried to make a new push the candle after that, but we got rejected inside of the orange box. And yeah, we're making a new try. You can see we're right on the edge of the orange box right here. But that's a bit unfortunate, but it's not the end of the world. Because if you zoom out, if you're a Bitcoin bull right now and you zoom out, you can see that we're still, having that trend of making higher lows here. We're making higher lows and we're definitely making higher highs as well. So the bullish structure of the market is still intact. This is still very much looking like parabolic rise here. And of course, I am expecting this to continue during the next couple of weeks. But here's the thing. This was quite a significant drop. I mean, on these 4-hourly candles, it was 8%, but the bullish structure of the market is still intact. We just need to right now, take out the orange box again and make a new push and prove to the bears that, yeah, this market is still in control of the Bitcoin bulls. So what are we watching right now? Well, we're still waiting for this is on the weekly time frame, by the way. We're still waiting for Bitcoin to make a clean break above the previous all-time high and stay there, because as you know, I've been talking about the last couple of days. When we break our previous all-time high and stay above that level, we usually do see some significant pumps to the upside. Why? Because all of the people who have been saying that the Bitcoin is never going to go up to $64,000 again. Well, when Bitcoin goes up to $64,000 again and it hits 65, 67, 68, maybe even $70,000, well, those people are obviously going to be wrong, and they are going to start to FOMO into Bitcoin, and that's how you get those insane price pumps in Bitcoin. So we just need to break our previous all-time high again. We need to stay above it, and the rest is going to just take care of itself. Same thing here. You can see that when we were at the previous all-time high at $20,000, I've already talked about this, but I mean, we had some turbulence right here, but once we actually stayed above the blue line, well, we went up like a rocket. So I still believe that we are going to have some massive pumps in Bitcoin, although there is something you need to pay attention to right now, which I'm going to tell you about in a bit. But first off, if you want to claim a $4,530 bonus, make sure to use my link here over on Bybit, and also you're able to get 1,800 over on Femex. So make sure to use this link right here. You can deposit the funds, you can trade with the bonus, and then you can withdraw the funds you deposited. So essentially, it becomes free money for you. But one other thing I need to talk about first is the structure of the market right now. Usually when we break the bold white line here on the logarithmic growth curve, we do see some nice pumps to the upside. But here's the thing. As you can see here, the previous time we broke it, we had some turbulence, and then we made a new try and we had some significant pumps in Bitcoin. Also, if you go to the previous cycle, you can see that we broke it right here, but then we went down, and then after a couple of weeks, that's when we had the last parabolic phase of the bull market. So in other words, just breaking this white line is a very, very good indication, because looking through history, when we break it in a bull market, throughout history, it has shown us that it's just a matter of time before we see those price pumps in Bitcoin. Now for Ethereum, here's the thing with Ethereum. We went up. I think we actually went into the previous all-time high. And yes, we did. So that's actually a significant point. I'm going to put a orange line here as well. There we go. So the previous all-time high, we hit it right on the dollar. And then from that point, of course, we went down. But here's the thing. It's the same thing with Bitcoin and Ethereum. We got into the vicinity of the all-time high in the case of Bitcoin, went above it. With Ethereum, we just tagged it. Now we just need to stay here. We need to break it again. And we need to see those latecomers to crypto, the people who are going to FOMO into crypto at these prices. That is what leads into the massive price pumps for Bitcoin and the cryptos. That is inevitable. I do believe it's going to happen. So for traditional markets are still looking pretty good. I mean, we are pretty much at an all-time high here almost. So this is also looking good for crypto, that the traditional markets are still doing very well. Now, here's the thing I want to talk about though. So this is the price performance of Bitcoin historically after each halving. So you have the halving here, you have of course 3 halvings so far. The orange line is the price of Bitcoin right now after the most recent halving, which took place here at about $8,000. And then you have the average, which is the gray line, and then you have the, tops, and then you have the bottoms in terms of performance during the last couple of halvings. So what you can see is that we are still underperforming compared to both the average and also the lows of what you usually see during the price rallies after a halving. So what you usually see is you see a peak here about, well, if you extrapolate the price, that would be in like 2 weeks or so, I believe. So sometime in November, you usually on average, which you can see by the gray line here, which is the average, that is usually the peak after each halving. So there is only 2 options really. And the 2 options are either we do see a big rally and that, yes, we are going to have that peak in the next couple of weeks, or we continue to go sideways or maybe go down here, which means that this halving is going to be very different from the previous 2 halvings. So if history is any indication of what's to come, well, then we should see a nice rally here. But then after that, and this should be sometime by late December or beginning of January, we do see the price start to fall off here. So you can see it by the average peaking right here and then going down. And then of course the tops are going down and the lows are also going down here. So in general, the cloud is going down, meaning that price is heading lower. Now we only have 2 previous halvings to account for, so it's not, that much data, but at least it's something. So if we see a rally, I mean, the peak, if you extrapolate the price growth previously, should be over $200,000. I don't think that that's likely though. I do believe somewhere around $100,000 to $180,000 is more likely. But this should, according to this data and according to history, take place within the next couple of weeks. So I just want to point that out to you because usually after that, we do see the prices start to move down. My trade here over on Bybit is actually at a loss right now. So this was at $4,000, I believe, in a profit yesterday, and now it's at a loss of $800. So yeah, that kind of sucks. But I'm still in this trade. I'm not going to cut this just yet. In fact, if we go any lower, well, I will just take it from there. Guys, I hope that you enjoyed this video. If you did, let me know down in the comment section, and I will see you in the next one.